Hi, I'm Ditaya. I'm doing my Masters of Science in Information Technology and Security in Carnegie Mellon University.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I'm doing my master's at CMU.
I'm Divya. I'm also a master's student in CMU doing information security.
Great.
So today we are actually here to speak about our app called as iSports, which we developed as a part of the ESPN hackathon. The premises of the app was extremely simple. It so happens that whenever you watch any sports-related videos on YouTube, and many times you're actually totally clueless about who the players are or what exactly is happening in that game, and you're like, okay, that would be really cool if I get to know more about the app itself. My friend Divya, her boyfriend is a huge tennis fan, and she can't go ask her boyfriend, hey, that guy looks like Rafael Nadal? Is that him? Now, if she asks that, the chances are she's gonna get dumped. Now, what do we do about that? Well, we basically help her have a awesome relationship with her boyfriend. And how do we do that? Via our app called as iSports. So what our app does is whenever Divya or anybody watches a sports-related YouTube video on our application, we automatically detect all the players who are within that video. So as a result, Divya does not have to ask her boyfriend any questions. In addition to that, she also gets to know more about the players so that she can actually impress her boyfriend. So how do we do that? Well, we use a combination of face recognition algorithm, which we implemented using Java faces, and Divya is going to speak more about that later on. And in order to make it more fun experience to learn about sports, we actually collect much more information other than not just the biographical information. We actually provide Divya with the biographic information about the players using the ESPN APIs. In addition to that, we also give her some cool facts about those players using Mastery APIs. We actually used a combination of two APIs, Cloud and Opinion. So what we do is we actually collect the social influence each of the player has on various fields, and we use that information and we plug it into another API, which is the Opinion API, and we actually found out really extremely interesting facts about players. So we'll actually go ahead and show a demo of our application. So here I have an Android application wherein I just play, say, a YouTube video. Now this is a video wherein Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Victoria Azarenka and Maria Sharapova are playing. So as you can see, our app actually detected the players within that video. The person over there, the person to your right would be Victoria Azarenka. Now that's really cool, right? Like Divya does not have to ask about the player to anybody. Now let's try to collect more information about Victoria Azarenka. So as you can see, we provide information like bioinformation, which we get from the ESPN API. We also collect interesting information from Cloud, wherein we get to know that Victoria Azarenka has influences in WTA, in World Tennis Association. In addition to that, we also found that she's actually like the highest paid player right now. Now, how did we find that out? We actually use like a data correlation between two different APIs which Mastery provides, and that's something which we found to be really interesting and exciting to know about. In addition to that, we also provide Twitter feeds about the players, and Divya will speak more about that.
So the really cool wow factor in our app would be like the face recognition thing for the videos. So how we implemented that was, so when there is a video, we basically use FFmpeg and break it into several frames. So in our case, we use existing videos, so probably YouTube or some company, ESPN, who have a lot of podcasts. They can leverage their existing videos and train their data set with all of these videos. So when there is an incoming new live video that comes up, so there again there would be different breaking into different frames, and for each frame there are APIs, open APIs, which is basically Sky Biometry, which is like an equivalent to face.com, which is not open source anymore. So we use Sky Biometry, which will give you the coordinates of the face, like the tag, and we use that coordinate to kind of know that out of the whole picture, where exactly are the faces in the picture. And since we have trained the faces with the computer knows what Roger Federer looks like, side view and front view and things like that. So it kind of comes up with who the player is, and how that happens is basically it's like an existing eigen faces, vector algorithm, machine learning people might know about it. So basically it's like it calculates a vector in the dimensional space for each of the faces, and then it does like a Euclidean distance similarity between both the vectors, and you come to know who the person is based on the similarity metric that you have. So that is one part of it. And then about the Twitter feeds, it's not like just all Twitter feeds of Victoria or Roger. So what we do is we basically collect all the Twitter feeds and do an offline indexing on Solar, which is like the indexing server, which is really useful for text mining. So from there we have like this dictionary with a lot of keywords on them, like you can say family, it can say sports, and then like synonyms of those. So we get the synonyms using WordNet API, and once we have the dictionary, we basically mine the tweets for those words or the synonyms of the words to kind of collect only the relevant tweets, because that way you'd know if. So what we found out was, out of the latest 20 tweets of Victoria, we found out she each and every tweet had something to do with family. It said uncle, mom, dad, and so many things, and you kind of get the notion that she's a family-oriented person. So that kind of that would be interesting to see for a particular player rather than just the player stats itself. So those are the two other highlights apart from the other APIs that Pooja mentioned.
So one other API which we used was the YouTube APIs. In addition to getting to know more about the players, she can actually watch other relevant videos where we provide useful recommendations about what are other popular videos of any player. Now, why should anybody be interested in our application? We strongly believe that we have a huge revenue model. Anybody with a huge video database can actually index their videos and automatically determine the players, the people in the video, and they don't have to rely on any other metadata about the videos as such. And in addition to that, we really think that it will be a really cool app to use. And actually, this was made possible by different providers like YouTube, ESPN, and more specifically Mashery.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to ask maybe another side question, is that you guys have attended other hackathons, you've participated in them. This one, from going to a lot of them, was, for me, I thought it was a different energy. Describe that experience of this ESPNW hackathon. How was that? How, I saw you guys getting heads down with Gina, right? Our keynote speaker, Bianchini. What was it like for you guys?
So for us, we made it a point that we'll actually maximize our experience. We'll actually network with people, get to know about their perspectives, and and Gina as a person, we got to learn a lot from her. When we actually went to her and asked her about ideas, she actually immediately pulled in a white sheet of paper and it was like, okay, let's jot down the ideas. And that's something which gets us all geeks like us extremely excited, because we are always in for brainstorming new ideas, new applications, and getting to know like how people will use our applications in general.
Awesome.
And it was a different kind of vibe because it was a women hackathon. So what we essentially felt was, generally when you go for hackathons, it's like male dominated. That's fine, but like you feel at home kind of like in this hackathon. And it was fun because all of us think like we have been in other.
Pause for a second. Sorry, it's a common thing. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we've been in other hackathons. We've participated in like the PayPal hackathon, the Sprint hackathon, and we've never been together in the same team. And we found it awesome. Like we didn't have to make any effort to gel with each other because we understand each other and things like that. And it was fun because generally when there are apps in the store and people don't really target women or women for sports or women for technology, and it was. I really, when I looked at all the other ideas that were being pitched, I was like, wow, why don't people do this? This is so useful. So the whole market share is generally captured for, other purposes. So this was cool, people coming with great ideas and kind of targeting women and sports and developers.
And another good thing about this hackathon was we actually got to speak to the developers from of different sponsors. Like there has been so many times that we were stuck in an issue and we were like absolutely clueless what to do, and you're driven by so much time constraints. So all I had to do was take my laptop, go to the developer and say, hey, this does not work. Can you please tell me what's wrong?
The developer evangelists.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So the developers from Mashery, YouTube, Twitter, all of them were extremely helpful, and getting to interact with them was probably one of the most exciting experience
Yeah.
for each of us.
Great. And what was your, just to remind everyone, what did you guys win from, what was the grand prize?
Oh, a trip to Bristol. That was from ESPN, and I think we also get to watch a game, right?
Watch a regular season game.
It's a +1 ticket for each of us for NFL or
NBA and
I mean one of the 4 American games there.
Very nice. Very
And we
cool.
also won a Jambox thanks to Mashery. And we are all huge music fans, and we loved it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Any other interesting questions we can ask that might make well and to cut in?
Good content. I think you covered all the
Okay. Oh, real quick. What? If I'm going to turn this just a little bit. What was the? If you start, what technologies did you guys use? Not the API platforms, but underlying under all languages, stacks. What was behind all of it?
You want to?
Okay, so the face recognition system was basically a Java API that was being used,
Mhm.
and then like I mentioned, we used Solar, which is an indexing engine. So basically, I mean it's an Apache Lucene Solar product. So that was installed. I mean it was a local host server that we had created, and
then most
The
of it is
client.
Android programming, so we use Java
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, the client app was entirely native Android.
Yeah.
So
is there anything else?
Then we have the
What
APIs.
else?
Solar,
The
Solar,
APIs.
you
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah, pretty much.
Any plans to launch?
Yeah. So obviously you guys are now fully vetted in the Silicon Valley for a rockin' 4 months, and have made such an impact in such a short time. What I mean, I agree that this is probably you can take this somewhere. Do you feel like you have you've learned something, or that you can bring your app to a level where consumers would be demanding something like this? Any plans to launch this, or even a spin-off or derivative of?
it's actually a simple answer. We need the infrastructure. When we were building this, we actually had to index 7,000 images, and our laptop crashed like a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I think given the infrastructure, and 3 of us are like really dedicated, and we love doing new things and cool things. So I think given the infrastructure, probably not, a definite yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and right now we can only train offline videos. Like you saw, we can't really train YouTube videos or any other existing websites because we don't have access to their data stream. So if we have access, like if there is something that we come to know of that from which we can get the data stream, in that case we would be able to do it for live videos. Otherwise, it would pretty much be like an offline video thing, and I'm not sure it's.
I'll translate infrastructure into investment. You guys are looking for seed level investment for your new startup. No, that's great. Anything else? You can cover that, Mike, from Bristol, we covered ESPN. What, sorry?
Anything just about women in tech, where do you see it?
Yeah, I guess.
Their own tech
Yeah.
careers.
So, do you have any opinions about this was a women's hackathon was dominated by women present. There were a few guys there. I'd say the smart guys showed up there. How is it? I mean, you guys, all 3 of you ladies are in information security. At graduate program at a very prestigious school. For you, I mean, you are women in tech, right? How do you feel that the market, how is the tech market treating, how is it adapting to basically the environment that you guys are now creating? Do you feel that it's, embracing what it is you bring to the table?
I personally think that it's been extremely supportive. Like the numbers have been increasing, and in our class itself, it's extremely surprising that we find so many women in tech, and each of us are like really interested in what we do, and we are here. In here for the long run, and I think everyone is extremely ambitious, and it's been really great so far.
Yeah, and every company has been giving these schemes like women developer schemes where they kind of motivate people. So when I was going in for job interviews and things like that, people are like, oh, so we have this women developer thing where people like women get together, talk ideas, and it's fun. And I feel like it's kind of like Silicon Valley is embracing it definitely, and all the companies are trying to do something towards it.
Great. All right. Time check.
Check. It's just about time to order.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yay! Congratulations, ladies.
So good.
No,
Wow.
so cool.
Hey, I know.
That's
now-
amazing. Cheers, by the way.
Really?
Wow.
I know. Jeff
I'm
was
just
like, dude.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got to focus on the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to listen.
I can watch football with my husband and not be such an idiot.
Now, if only it could do recognition of like what the penalty was.
Yeah.
Like, why are they going back 10 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Very
think that
cool.
was the initial idea.
That was,
because
that was
what
the initial
just
thing, but the
happened-
problem is we had to feed in all the rules of the game,
Oh, which is-
and we had to. What was the other constraint?
We
We had to detect the
we have
ball.
to detect the gesture.
We just have face recognition now.
Yeah.
so
So you thought about it. It's
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Like yeah, the initial idea was you have the video and then you want to know what's happening near the goal, like in the soccer
Right.
field, and then you just you click the image and then it says, so this guy is trying to hit this, and then this guy is trying to save
But
the
that's
goal.
much
It's called
more
the
difficult
goalkeeper
problem
and
to
stuff.
solve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
no.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So you mentioned live streaming and being able to process on the fly like that. I have some experience in live streaming, so maybe we could
Oh,
touch
cool.
base
Yeah.
on that. So
So,
something to think about.
yeah.
Just texting
Do you want me just to call one? I got it.
Yeah, that might be easier
Yep.
than what I'm
No
trying to do
worries.
here.
Actually, we wanted to thank everybody at Matchly for
Yeah.
inviting us over. It's been
dude,
really
Yes.
great.
No,
Yeah.
thanks for coming. No,
Yeah.
That's great. I'm going to be in Bristol in a couple weeks, I think. They're having an internal hackathon at ESPN.
Oh,
So they're
wow.
going to give us a big tour too. They're all
You guys
excited.
planned your trip yet, or?
Not yet.
Not
actually.
yet to hear
Yeah.
from them. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
probably
Okay.
like she's going to India.
She's going for
She'll be back in
vacation, so, yeah.
January,
Jan.
and all of us
After
like
that.
really want a break, and
Yeah.
so we'll come back in January and probably
Okay, so
go from
sometime
there.
after
Yeah.
January
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, we have to start understanding American games before we really want to go and watch
So that
them.
shoes like your sport
Yeah,
choice?
yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I don't think there's tennis, which we all know really well, and then there's absolutely. I mean, of course, there's no cricket. And what is the other game I know? I know soccer, and these are the only 3 games I know. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's not famous
go
in
for
America,
NFL.
so I need to learn. I mean, I think I understand
You go to
basketball.
NFL.
I would
Yeah.
choose basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely go for
Baseball,
it.
football,
and basketball.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I've watched baseball games before. I think I understand them because it's kind of like cricket, but I need to like understand
No,
more.
it's not kind of like cricket. It's very different.
No, like at least there is a hitter and the
My
guy
niece
who-
sat with me for half an hour
Once-
and still I was clueless.
No, people. I was in Central Park and people were like, a lot of people were watching the game, and I was like, okay, so what's happening? And
You can use iSports.
Yeah. Yeah.
School yourself with your own
Yeah.
app.
So look, I requested the driver in our address and he's right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I need. So yeah, sit downstairs.
Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you. That was
Thanks.
amazing. Thank
Bye.
you.